Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Israel Brief, brought to you by Lay of the Land, and we hope that wherever you are in the world, that you are safe and that you are healthy. I'm Rolene Marks, and you can join me every Monday to Thursday on our social media platforms as I take a look at those top stories making headlines. And we begin with some wonderful words that were heard this morning in Tel Aviv. This is just the beginning. These were the words of Ambassador Al-Khadja from the United Arab Emirates as he was joined by Israel's President Isaac Herzog as they inaugurated officially the opening of the embassy from the Arab Emirates to Israel. A fantastic moment, and then they opened up the trading on the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange where they were joined by former Foreign Minister Gabi Ashkenazi, giving the clear signal that business is open between the two countries. And if that was not enough, yesterday the two countries signed their first major agricultural memorandums of understanding, and this is just the latest in an increase of trade, of economic ties, and of personal ties that are growing between Israel and the United Arab Emirates since the normalization treaties, the Abraham Accords. Now, speaking about the Abraham Accords, we have it on good authority that officials both in Israel and in Morocco are discussing the possibility of a visit to Morocco by our Foreign Minister, Yair Lapid. Now, yesterday we spoke a little bit about how Israel's foreign relations seem to be improving over the last month or so, and we spoke a little bit about Yair Lapid, our foreign minister's meeting at the European Union summit. Well, the European Union member states have indicated that they too are looking forward to strengthening ties between Israel and themselves. This is a very, very good sign because relations between Israel and some of the EU member states have been a little strained of the last couple of years. And talking about goodwill, Israel has sent a significant flight load of a coronavirus aid to Nepal to help that country that is battling the pandemic over there. In other news, while we're talking about bilateral relations, last week, and it was only reported today, a delegation of U.S. Congress representatives met with Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas in Ramallah, and apparently the meeting was extremely tense at times. Up for discussion was the fact that money given to the Palestinian Authority, aid money, has been given to terrorists and their families as salaries. Now, the congressional representatives raised this issue and said that they are not happy about this and that this needs to stop. However, Abbas hit back by saying the money doesn't only go to that, it also goes to fund welfare as well as cancer patients. During the meeting, where there were quite a significant amount of disagreements on several points, Abbas also hinted that he does not support Arab and Israeli normalization deals. He says not until the situation between Israel and the Palestinians is sorted out. And it would have been very interesting to be a fly on the wall in what has been reported at times a very, very tense meeting. Now, coming back to Israel, and Finance Minister Avigdor Liberman announced last week that he would be cutting the subsidies to ultra-Orthodox families whose fathers attend yeshiva permanently. Now, he said that this is not designed to hurt the community, but rather to help them, rather to encourage employment and the paying of taxes. Well, earlier today, it was announced that he is postponing this decision for at least a couple of months, but also announced was that he would be allocating about 32 million shekels to the combating of gender-based violence. And this has increased significantly, not just in Israel, but in countries around the world who have all reported alarming levels of the amount of calls to helplines and reports coming in from women and young girls who have been abused while many people have been in lockdown. This is a decision that is very, very welcome indeed, and the money will not only go towards building more shelters, but also programs to help men combat any violent tendencies. Those are your top stories making headlines in the Holy Land. But don't forget, we have new content on our website. There's an article up there written by myself about where was the media and where is the media while there are protests against Abbas in Ramallah. They seem to be eerily quiet on that one. We are also on Facebook, on Lottle's site. If you haven't done so already, and if you're watching this on our site, please hit the like or the follow button and please share our content. We've noticed that social media giants like Facebook are clamping down on this type of content. So help us get Israel's news out to the world by sharing our content. We're also on YouTube at the Israel Brief. And if you're watching there, please click on that red subscribe button so that we can help get Israel's side of the story out to as many YouTubers as possible. And we're also on Twitter, where we're quite active with our tweeting, and you can find us there at Lay of the Land with the digit 5. That's at Lay of the Land with the digit 5. And a reminder about our website, www.layoftheland.online. And if you think that you have the right stuff and would like to contribute an article on any topic that you would like, please contact us via Facebook or our website. So with the top stories making headlines today, I'm Rolene Marks, and I'll wish you a safe and a peaceful rest of your day, and we'll chat again tomorrow.